Hello and welcome to Pixel Reacts, the Pixel Parent show that brings you your thoughts, reactions and takes on the biggest gaming events, releases and moments out there. I'm your host Liam Kelvin, and of course I'm joined by Scott, the Tastemaker Curry. Say hello, Scott.
Hello there, Scott. I was reading my own notes there as you were doing the intro, so if you're watching me, then you are watching me.
Well, of course, today we're here to talk about PlayStation State of Play. We've just watched it, so let's dive in, Scott. What did you make of the show?
Fucking incredible, Liam. If you're ever going to make me excited to be a PlayStation owner in the year 2025, that's the fucking way to do it. Genuinely. Like, I think that's probably the best State of Play in my memory in a very long time. But there's also a lot there that, you know, a lot of people won't like. I'm interested to get your thoughts on it, though.
Well, I'll just give you what I would give it on a scale first.
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to come in and give this a 9 out of 10 on our scale. I do think it was a fantastic showing from PlayStation. Same as you, it's I've left that feeling excited and glad to on a PlayStation. And really what I'm most impressed by is there's such a diversity of titles that you can play on this damn console. So what more could you ask for? It's miles away from the old ones where it was like standard PlayStation games.
Yeah.
And now it looks like we've just got like a whole raft of different cool things to play.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm probably there with you. It's as close to a 10, but I can't do that. I think going out saying fucking 10 out of 10 show is disgusting, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there, Liam. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. I think the 10s is when you start to get into dream territory of, you know,
mate,
a Bloodborne 2 or something like that.
We're almost there. Trust me. There's a few things in here that if I hadn't already shat today, my trousers would have been filled with poop. So,
good start. Good start to the show as always. Well, for people that have watched it or maybe didn't get a chance to watch it, let's just go through one by one on the old announcements, Scott. So we'll kick things off the way they kicked off the show. So it looks like, it was Lumine's Arise Fall, and that's coming in 2025 for PS5 and PSVR 2. Of course, that's from the makers of Tetris Effect. Looks really cool.
It looked amazing,
Just really dreamy, trippy. You knew straight away it was coming from the same guys that made Tetris Effect. And just looks like a total jam.
It looked
type of game that you just
and obviously they've got a demo coming in the summer as well. If you want to get a wee go, Tetris Effect is not something that I've played, so I don't have any love in my heart for it. But there's a part of me that's like, as soon as I start playing that game, I'm done. This one had a lot going on the screen, which made my eyes hurt. But you know, you soon get over that.
You should definitely check out Tetris Effect if you haven't already, man. It's well worth it. Just put on the headphones, just kick back, and it's an experience. But I'm looking forward to playing that. Definitely something that piqued my interest early. Scott, take it away. What followed this one on the show?
It's real, William. It's actually real. And they made a joke about it at the end, but Capcom finally decided to not announce Resident Evil 9 and give us Pragmata, the game that we've always wanted. In a nutshell, elevator pitch on Pragmata, it's Death Stranding weird shit, but with an older girl in it. That's literally all I wrote. Yes. It's weird Death Stranding, but Capcom stuff. Like, it looks cool. I'm an absolute shill for Capcom, so you know I can't say too much else about that. But it's coming in 2026 apparently. I'll look forward to the delay message on that again. And it's definitely Capcom.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, you're right with the Death Stranding stuff. I'm just like, this is Kojima is all hell. It has that vibe. But I mean, listen, I'm confident this will come in 2026. Looked pretty polished.
It did.
Pretty crisp.
I mean, it did also in the original reveal of it, but nonetheless, it didn't show much gameplay, so as soon as we see more about that, you usually get like a wee Capcom showcase that shows you a bit more about these games, so I'd expect that later in the year and get to see a bit more about what they actually what you're doing in this game and stuff as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it showed a little bit more off. For the PlayStation blog, it was saying our two protagonists, Hugh and Diana, who were shown in the trailer, happen upon one another and must work together to defeat the lunar station AI and return to Earth. Both of them have their own abilities, and you'll need to control them both at the same time to overcome the many obstacles you'll face. So yeah, that seems like pretty cool. It's obviously it has that kind of trademark Capcom, shambling horror style to the little gameplay snippets that you got. But yeah, pretty cool, man.
I mean, I can't say much else about it. It's Capcom is all hell, and Capcom seem to be cooking these days. So if we're going by recent history on Capcom, Pragmata is going to be Game of the Year 2026. I'm confident.
Yeah. Well, we'll follow that one, Scott. So just the momentum kept going.
Oh my god! I think my first original note, my first note for this is, what the fuck is this? It's just like, what are we looking at here? But it soon became apparent that we're looking at Suda 51's new game. Romeo is a Dead Man. It is an ultra-violent science fiction game, and I didn't know what to make of it, Liam. I really didn't.
Yeah.
It opened up like an episode of Rick and Morty, and just carried on that pattern the whole way through.
Yeah.
No idea. He's talking about detective stuff. He's talking about being an FBI agent, I'm sure, and it's just like, so you do what you need to do, man. And yeah. Fuck knows.
I mean, to give a little synopsis of what we've got so far from the blog, as you mentioned, super bloody action, crazy twists and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks all rolled into one wild ride. Romeo, he's a space-time special agent dead man, sporting a rad mask called Dead Gear, must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes, and it looks like they teased a lot of different styles in there, like you mentioned. 1 minute it's Rick and Morty, next minute it looks pretty what you'd expect from an action video game. It's kind of giving like 1 minute Dead Rising vibes. It's the next minute Cartoon Network. It looked batshit crazy, but yeah, it looked like a good laugh as well. Exciting. No, it did say 2026 maybe, which I was laughing at, so it's definitely not taking itself too seriously. And it looks like it's going to be Grasshopper Manufacturer's bloodiest game yet, easily.
That's what we're looking for. More blood, more gore. Which leads us on to the next announcement, Liam. Holy moly, here we go. Got another good look at Silent Hill F. Honestly, I might be jumping to a 10, Liam, because everything that they showed me here is just Scott to a fucking T. And at this point, I just put lots of Japan in this show to begin with, like very Japan focused. It showed us a lot more to do with the main characters, the different sort of places that you'll be, the different monsters that you'll look at, scudding people with pipes and stuff like that as well. But I just thought it looked incredible, like outstanding. And I'm just ready to play it. I'm just ready to go now, man.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it's pretty much near completion. I mean, it's coming September 25th this year. My notes here, I've just got those doll things. Nope. Because I'm the coward on this show, so I'm not going to touch this game, but it did look very impressive, despite that. I just can't get over just being a massive coward. In terms of synopsis and that, because we had a predictions episode before this, we imagine this would come out at the SGF showcase, but here it is. We expected the Silent Hill F date and we got it. The synopsis in terms of what we've got from the PlayStation blog here. You play as Shimizu Hinako, a high schooler from Ibusagoa, who explores her hometown as it becomes engulfed in fog and shifts, nightmarishly solving puzzles and fighting for her life in the process. So as Hinako tries to survive the now fog-wreathed town, she'll be faced with decisions that will shape her ultimate fate. Will she choose to embrace elegance and beauty, or will her path lead her to madness and horror? Is she doomed to succumb to the insanity unfolding before her, or can she face her fears and find a way to escape? So yeah, it definitely has a clear sense of itself. It looks very Silent Hill at the same time. Very impressive, and yeah, Scott, you're in for a treat with this one. By the looks
cannot wait for it. Genuinely, like if it's anything in the vein of Silent Hill 2 last year, it's already onto a winner. So aye, buzzing for it.
So what was following that? You just keep it coming. Let's just keep going.
I got very excited because one of my predictions for this was Castlevania, and I was like, "Is someone making a Castlevania?" What?
Yeah.
I wrote it looks so before they announced the actual name itself. I thought it looks good, but also a wee bit shit at the same time. Like it didn't look 100% amazing. But we got to see Bloodstained. I didn't get the wee bit afterwards, but it was Bloodstained 2, I think it is, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement.
There we go.
Yeah, it wasn't a number.
Not even numbered. There you go. So Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement. Haven't played the first Bloodstained, so I can't really say much about the gameplay. I know you can play as multiple characters, which it seems to be showing that you can do. Lots of customizations options, and it looks like co-op as well. So, I mean, if you're into it, then you're into it. But coming in 2026, which is exciting for fans of Bloodstained.
Yeah, I mean, I was into this, man. I don't know what it was. It just looked fantastic. I was like, yep, I think I might actually have to check this one out next year.
Have you played the first one?
No, not played the first one.
You should have a go at it. You should have a go.
Yeah. I think I will after seeing that, to be honest with you. Just, again, one of those ones that's not on my radar until you see stuff like this. But, yeah, I was very much intrigued by that one. Looked like it was art style gameplay that was shown off there. They did say it was a work in progress, but, again, it's a little bit rough. But it didn't look bad. No. So God knows what it could be with a little bit of polish and TLC.
Indeed.
But I digress. Won't follow that.
Speaking of polish and TLC, probably one of the most impressive Digimon trailers that I think I've ever seen in my life with Digimon Story Time Stranger. I wrote here, there's something about this game that I think I could enjoy, but I don't want to put the time into it. I thought that it just looked outstanding. Like, everything about it just looked incredible, and it's coming soon, October 3rd, 2025. But yeah, I just wrote something about it I could enjoy, but nah, I've not got the time to play it.
I did write here as well, Scott game.
Aye.
Next to my notes. But could you imagine a Pokemon game with this level of polish?
That's all we need. That's all we need.
You know? It's almost borderline unacceptable. Because I'm like, you can't be getting outdone by Digimon. Sorry, Digimon fans, but that's just a redneck. It can't be happening.
It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But they're cooking something there, and I hope it does well because it deserves it, because it looks incredible. Yeah,
I mean, I think when it was originally announced, the fans of Digimon Story games were pretty much up in arms in a good way. Mm-hmm. So it's good that they're getting to eat. Looks very, very polished. Looks very, very meaty as well. Not a series that I am familiar with myself, or one that I'm interested in. I'm not a Digimon guy. Hands up, just admitting it. But yeah, you've got a very nice, polished looking game on your way soon. But enough about that, Scott, because we're going to get into it now, right? We've got to get into it. So this is the point of the show where I imagine you had to change your drawers.
Multiple times during the show. At the minute I saw Square Enix, it was like, oh my god, we're here.
It's happening.
Final Fantasy Tactics is back. The Ivalice Chronicles. It's everything I've wanted. I'm quite glad that you've got a classic. You can play the classic version or the enhanced version. We're talking about it's fully voice acted and stuff as well. But I was in my head, I was like, I'm glad it's not like a full blown remake. Like, I'm glad that it is just enhanced, that it's not made to look entirely different. I've wanted Final Fantasy Tactics on my PlayStation 5 for longer than anyone else, I think, in this entire planet. And the fact that I've got it in 3 months' time is disgusting. Coming September 30th, I just
not far, man.
Cannot wait. Genuinely cannot wait. Metal Gear Solid 3, ride me straight through to Final Fantasy Tactics. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I was very, very happy for yourself to see that on there. I'd never played Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day, having recently become a fan of Final Fantasy Tactics. I do like some games. It's just the start of this show is probably not so much stuff in there for myself. But what I will say is that having played more Final Fantasy, I think that I might want to check this one out, to be honest with you. It looked good.
It's got all the makings of your tactical RPGs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So
get me in there.
Get in there, Liam. Get in about it.
Yeah, it's there's lots and lots of stuff that they've kind of added in there on the PlayStation blog. It's worth checking out. I won't go into detail here because it's a little bit of reading, but I was really impressed to see that they've included both versions.
Yeah,
and I think that's such a nice touch. because this is something let's face it, they could have just did a classic version as a very slight remaster, put it on the PlayStation Plus catalogue, called it a day. At least there's something there for fans if they're wanting to invest money in, and it's just a little bit better, quarterly life updates, fully voice cast, etc. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a good time, and yeah, 3 months away.
Can't wait.
Well, just about 3 months
Cannot
away.
bloody wait. But Liam, did you barf at the next one?
Um,
Did you barf? Because I laughed so much I barfed.
yes, I do remember this line. God. All I'm going to say is, right, this looks like a game that's going to do well on Twitch. No, it's going to do well on Twitch.
Baby steps coming September 8th. There's something about it that I'll play it. It's got my humour and weird stuff in it, so there's something about it that I will play, and do you know what, I'll enjoy I'll enjoy it whilst I'm playing it as well. Ridiculous.
No disrespect to it as a game that it's not out yet. This is the type of game that I look at it and I think, see, if this one came out on PlayStation Plus day one, it would find the audience. Naturally, you're opening yourself up to a wider one, but it just looks like these type of comedy, goofy type games, unless you get a really strong like Twitch moment, everybody's talking about it in Blue Sky, it looks like there could be something fun there that people can enjoy, but it's like, man, it just felt like low-hanging fruit. I was half expecting them to say it's coming to PlayStation Plus day one. As well, if you miss the days of PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 graphics, this is the game for you. I half expected like Tony Hawk and Bam Margera to turn up at one point with some of the cutscenes that was on show there.
It would have been so good.
Funny, to be fair.
Like mad grind. I'm with you on it. It seems like it's the perfect game for a PlayStation Plus, but hopefully PlayStation will come to their senses on it. I can't hear you at all. Where have you gone? Dead. I'll keep on talking. Bandai Namco showed off their new game, Hirogami, origami stuff. Liam, you are muted, mate. I can't hear a word you're saying.
Right, okay. I see what I've done.
You're muted.
I've been sitting toggling the mute just to get a wee sly cough in there. That's all it is.
It's like when you go to a meeting at work and they're like, "You're muted. You're muted." Yeah, I know I am.
Live and learn.
Yeah, but yeah, Hirogami from Bandai Namco. Origami stuff. I wasn't too interested in it, but I'm sure there will be a nice time for people on September 3rd when they decide to jump into it.
Do you know, I was looking at this one and I thought, I'm into this. I thought the origami theme and the style of it just looked really cool. At first I was kind of getting a little bit of Tunic vibes from it, even though it's not clearly the same type of game. But yeah, it just looks like quite a nice little indie title that I would want to check out in September. So let's just see. Maybe I've finished Metal Gear Solid Delta by that point and want to dip a toe in something new. But yeah, let's keep it going. What was next?
Everybody's Golf Hotshots. Pac-Man is here. If you pre-order it now, and you have to get Pac-Man in there. Coming on September 5th. Everybody's Golf isn't a series that I've particularly got involved in, to be honest with you. I was always a Tiger Woods man growing up, so I don't see the appeal of it. But I'm pretty sure it was on PSP and stuff like that in the past, and it done really well. So
yeah, it did. Yeah, it's definitely a PlayStation favourite. It's cool to see it come back. Not far as well. I think it's definitely got its audience ready there and waiting, which is pretty cool. Speaking of which, the next one will be the same, but it looks very, very good.
My God, it looks incredible, doesn't it? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. I just wrote still looking good. Looks even better every single time you see it. And then we got a wee sneak peek at the music and stuff like that as well in it, what I thought was incredible, man. Like,
the OG composers coming back. Oh, it just, that little touch. I was like, yes, hook it to our veins right now.
Absolutely disgusting.
Next month as well, man. Ain't far.
A nice wee title to ride the wave into Metal Gear Solid 3.
What did we get after that then? Come on, let's tell all the watchers.
Well, this is the second time we've seen this, Cairn. I think we spoke about it on the podcast before. That was the gamifying climbing game. which I'm glad to see that we've seen a bit more to do with, what's going to happen in the story and stuff like that as well. And there's obviously a wee hub for when you get back into your tent after a day of climbing and you wrap up your fingers and stuff because they're sore because you've been climbing so much. But I think what they've done is what they've done really well is that they've showed off, what the game is, but there's also a demo coming out today, which I think is really important for games like this, just to give people an opportunity to actually see what they're cooking up.
Mm-hmm. And that seemed to be a bit of a theme in this show, like demos coming, and I'm all for it because exactly like you said, you could just capture some new players. It might end up being me because I'm definitely going to check out the demo on this, Indie Death Stranding, just to see what it's all about. It looked a lot better than the last time that we saw it. And even if it's something nice and short, 4 to 6 hours type experience, I'm all for that, man. Mm-hmm. And it looked like they were hinting at some type of story elements in there as well. Who knows, man? This could end up just being the next wee indie belter just in waiting. So yeah, pretty.
I think it should do. I think the developers came across really well when they showed it off a couple of years back or last year. So it should do really well. There's a lot of love and attention taken with it. So I was excited about that, but not quite as excited as I was over the next one, Liam. And I think this was one of my predictions as well for a number of times. You throw enough shit at the wall, some of it will stick. And we got to see the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 4 and more they've teased. What does that more mean, Liam? Are we going to see 3D Mortal Kombats?
I've got a list of what they've announced so far,
right,
if you want to indulge me, right? So you've got Mortal Kombat 1992, the arcade, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy and Game Gear. You've got Mortal Kombat 2 from 1993, which is, again, arcade, SNES, Genesis, Game Boy and 32X. Mortal Kombat 3 from 1995, so that's from arcade, SNES and Genesis versions. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 1995 as well, and the arcade and SNES versions. Mortal Kombat 4 1997 arcade version. Mortal Kombat Advance 2001 for the Game Boy Advance. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance 2002 for the Game Boy Advance. And Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition 2003 from the Game Boy Advance. Now, they have teased in the blog, they said Mortal Kombat is all about secrets, so we hope you don't mind if we keep a few of our own for now. So, yeah.
You almost made me poo myself. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the Game Boy Advance version, I almost shat myself there. It has to come. I want the 3D Mortal Kombats to come. And this is the moment, Liam, where in a crypt or something like that, you unlock Mortal Kombat Shaolin monks, and we're all happy. The world is healing.
Listen, this is as close as you're going to get, man. It's
disgusting. And for fighting game fans, it comes with rollback netcode and stuff as well, which you need for titles like this, just for them to actually run well online. You absolutely need it, and it's coming this year. Rancid.
It's mental. It's also cool here. They've announced that they're going to have, like, similar to what they did with Tetris Forever. They said here that they're doing an interactive documentary with this to give you some more behind the scenes look. So they travel to Netherrealm, which they teased to interview Ed Boon and also John Tobias and all the other developers. So that's going to be in there as well. They've partnered with the filmmakers at Area 5 who made the Grounded 2 Making of The Last of Us one that you can see on YouTube. Very good, worth checking out. So yeah, that's also included in there. It looks like they're kind of giving you all the kind of a real deep dive into the whole history of it.
Netherrealm needs something like this, especially with everything that's going on, just to tide them over to the next whatever they're doing with Mortal Kombat or Injustice or something. So, they definitely need this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they have teased as well. They've said here, again from the PlayStation blog, Mortal Kombat games are full of secret content, some gruesome, some downright silly. In the 1990s, finding these secrets meant buying physical strategy guides, tying up the phone line while connecting to America Online, or relying on unreliable rumours heard at recess. We will give you open access to everything in these games without the need for hidden codes or memorisation. How will we do that? It's still a secret, but it won't be for long. But they'll have much more to say about the collection later this year.
They're saying all the right things, Liam. They're saying all the right things.
PS4 and PS5 later this year. Do you know what? It's amazing to see these it's very important, the work that's going on here, to kind of, again, it's all about game preservation, and Digital Eclipse are masters at it, but it's so important that we have these type of projects out there. Just bundle it all together, give the fans exactly what they want, but also it's a perfect way for, younger generations out there that are maybe interested in the series. It's like one-stop shop, everything, here you go. So yeah, awesome.
Suffer through Mortal Kombat 3 and then come back.
Exactly. But I mean, the next announcement, of course, perfectly timed, Scott.
It was perfectly timed. Project Defiant, wasn't it? Which is a PlayStation fight stick.
The first wireless fight stick designed by Sony Interactive Entertainment for PS5 and PC. Very sleek looking, Scott.
It was
very, very sleek looking.
I think the time has come and gone for me, but I think fans out there, I know, people out there will be excited to see it. So, aye, it's always good to see them do stuff like this.
So it's like they've shared a little bit more again on the blog. So it looks like they're going to be using the PlayStation Link technology here, just to try and get that ultra low latency. So you can use a wired connection as well, on PS5 or PC also, so it's not all wireless, which is pretty cool. So it's giving you that option. It's got custom designed controller for fighting games on there. Going into detail with a lot more stuff. Ultra low latency wireless connectivity and an included sling carry case. So they're going to be giving more details in the months ahead. It's going to be launched in 2026 with the final product name and launch date. So that's something that I can definitely see you just falling into a shop,
Oh no.
Beep, I bought it. What was next then, Scott?
So we got another wee look at Metal Gear Solid 3, and I got to see Rykov. Got to see the man himself, and also the Cobra unit, which, we've been waiting for it. But you're not seeing anything different here. You know what you're getting with Metal Gear Solid 3, or do you? Until the end, you've obviously got your monkey pish at the end, where I can't even remember what that game's called, but Ape Escape stuff. Aye, and then right at the very end, a wee tease that says "and more." Was it a question mark?
Yeah.
Looks like there's multiplayer in this, Liam.
That's the vibe I got from it, yeah. Which would be amazing.
Very much like there's multiplayer. I don't know if it'll be multiplayer like a Metal Gear Solid 5, or whether or not we're looking like a sort of hide and seek type vibe. I'm not sure, but it definitely looked interesting. So if it's multiplayer like Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm fucking all in about it. I'd be buzzing for that. And there's enough characters there that you could do it. So yeah.
I mean, I don't really need to see any more of this. I just want this game in my hands now. Looks absolutely unreal. All captured in PS5 Pro as well, and me personally, desperately just want more games like this. It's like, wow, like the investment in the Pro was worth it. This is just going to absolutely sing on this machine, man, and it will look amazing on base PS5 as well. But yeah, roll on August. Cannot wait for this game, man. Cannot wait. So rolling on, Scott. So we had a very small announcement here. Very, very small announcement next. I'm kidding. It was huge. It was gargantuan. One of the announcements of the show, Scott. What was it?
Disgusting. Like, honestly, who from Nintendo is watching my dreams? Because we got Neo 3. The minute I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's Neo. That's Neo. Are they making a Neo multiplayer game? But no, they're making Neo 3. Style switching on the fly, so you can switch between ninja and samurai styles, it seems. And I just thought the movement looked incredible in it. Like the one sort of downfall that you have with a Neo 1 and Neo 2 is that the movement always feels very clunky. Whereas with this, it felt so fluid. There's a scene where he's running up a roof and he jumps, and it's just like seamless, gorgeous. It's like Sekiro. But they've got a demo coming out today, and it's coming out in early 2026. And again, Liam, a change of trousers were needed because I'm buzzing for it.
Yeah, I mean, they should also add it's a limited time demo.
Is it?
That's up there, so definitely spring on it whilst you've got the chance. They also added on that, they're changing the structure of it slightly, so it's going to be like an open field full of challenges. Not open world, but it just looks to be, as opposed to the Neo games where you can have mission select.
They need to do that because the level stuff for Neo's a pain in the arse at points, so
yeah,
it's necessary, I think.
Yeah, so it looks like they're wanting to get a little bit more exploration and stuff in there, which I'm all for, man. And yeah, it's never beat either of Neo 1 and 2. Enjoyed them. Enjoyed the first one more than the second one, but I know you were the psychopath that went and platinum
This
Neo
Neo
2.
2 is phenomenal, man. I can't even deny it. It's so good.
Aye. It hit at the wrong time in the pandemic for me, to be honest with you. I was like, the world's too hard, I don't need this game pummeling me at the same time. But yeah, that was a really pleasant surprise, I have to say. And you know that's going to drop in like February next year. Perfect timing just after Christmas and something else to sweat over. Yeah, cannot wait. So let's move on, Scott. What was the next announcement on this show?
Was it the only PSVR 2 game of the entire show?
I think it was the only exclusive
Yeah.
PSVR 2, yeah, from my notes here.
I can't remember, but yeah, Thief VR coming in 2025. I thought it looked a bit like Dishonored, to be honest with you, but I was like, oh my god, Liam's going to buy a PSVR 2 now.
Yeah.
But I've not really got much to say about it. I don't really know. Thief.
I mean, it's coming from, as soon as it was shown, I got the Thief vibes I made immediately from it. And again, they keep on making the case for me wanting to buy a PSVR 2. I'm like, damn, I really wish I had one so I could play this because it looked really cool. I enjoyed the Thief games in the past, and this looks like it's capturing the soul of it, and it looked nice and polished, nice and tidy, and it would work perfectly within PSVR. Just within general VR. So, yeah, man, they need to stop making this case. I'm going to do something stupid if they keep this up. They keep on doing the discounts at the wrong time of the year. It's like, why discount it just as a Switch 2 is coming out? What are you doing to me? So they need to just, once they get the stars will align, and then I'll probably play this game. So that's all I'll say. But yeah, let's move on then. So what did we get up next?
Tides of Tomorrow, I believe it was called. I just wrote boat game, cool art style. I'm not entirely sure what it is, if I'm being truthfully honest with you. It's got like this weird following in the footsteps of other players in a multiplayer story, where that sort of determines how you move around the world, but I've no idea what it is.
Yeah, so it's what they're looking to do from the blog here is that they're trying to reimagine multiplayer storytelling. So it's coming February 24th next year on PS5. I was very intrigued by this one. Very intrigued. It was very colourful, very, in terms of colour palette, I think Sunset Overdrive, in terms of how bright it was.
Yeah.
So how it all works, as I said in the blog here, when you start a game of Tides of Tomorrow, you must select a player to follow. Now, this player has played the game before you. It could be a total stranger, someone from your friend list, or even a famous streamer. So you begin your journey rescued from deadly waters with no memory of who you are, how you got there. Somehow you've awakened centuries after a massive flood wiped out most of civilization. Now scattered communities survive across a harsh ocean world. You're infected with plastemia, a disease caused by an ancient poison, microplastic pollution. So if you don't find a cure soon, you'll slowly turn into plastic. So you'll soon discover there's others like you, always found in the ocean with no memories of their past. You're all connected. The people of this world call you Tidewalkers. And so in this game, each player is going to embody one of these Tidewalkers, a mysterious community of sea nomads. The players will have to question their relationship to each other, challenge their morality, and learn more about the bond they share. So it's this asynchronous vision system that they're coining it. You'll see echoes of your players' choices and actions in the form of ghosts. So we're all familiar with that with like racing games. So these visions help you avoid traps, solve puzzles, investigate what happened before, or simply adapt based on the other player's actions. But not only that, the game's NPCs will remember what the other player did, and they won't hesitate to talk about it. So that other player was not in some kind of parallel universe. Their actions on the world are concrete and will have tangible consequences on your experience. So, for example, if a player stole something valuable from an important NPC, that character might now hate all Tidewalkers, forcing you to sneak around instead of being welcomed. Pretty cool concept. They go into more detail in the blog, but I think we're kind of getting the gist of it here. I'm appreciating the fact that they're trying to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
We know, obviously, Sony and PlayStation's kind of focus on multiplayer titles to try and build that up. I'm a lot more intrigued by something like this than a standard extraction shooter. which they seem to have been flooding the place with. Is it something I'm going to go get day one? No. Is it something I'm going to keep my ears pricked for in terms of the reception to it? Yes, because if it is, as they say it is, this multiplayer type of storytelling, I'm actually kind of getting more of a Dark Souls vibe.
Sounds like the messaging system and stuff like that. Like, I was thinking that as you were explaining it, and then also, you know, the fact that it changes as other people play it, like Metal Gear Solid 5, if you shoot people in the head too much, they wear helmets. So it's interesting. Like, I'm more interested now than I was because what you've said there. So sounds good.
Yeah. The trailer I don't think was great at kind of communicating what it's all about. I think it was probably more of a tone piece, if anything else. But, you know, it sounds like they've got a pretty cool idea here. The trailer probably should have did a better job of communicating that. However, as a first reveal, who knows, maybe we'll see a little bit more of it. I'd be really intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Really, really intrigued by this one. I think this is a little bit of innovation that I think that this space needs. And, yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes on this one. But let's move on to the next one, Scott. So what did we get after this?
Astrobot is back, baby. With 5 new challenge levels. Is that right?
Indeed. Vicious Void Galaxy levels.
Ooh, I don't know what that means. The most exciting part of it comes with new bots. So you've got, what do you call her from Ghost of Yoti? Atsu, that's her name. And also other secret bots there as well.
Indeed.
Interesting though, the fact they're putting like newer characters in it. That's cool.
Yeah, they've been doing an excellent job of kind of doing this over the past few months since it came out. They've left a little bit more details. They've been very specific. It's coming in July 10th at 2 p.m. our time in the UK. So 5 brand new levels, so it's going to take it to over 90 that they've got within the game. And as with the last update, so it's going to be a little bit more challenge level based, which is good. They've even named them Twin Frog Trouble, Suck It Up, Handhold Havoc, High Inflation, and the last one that just says you'll have to wait and see. But they did also tease completing all the Vicious Void might lead to something really cool. Ooh. So it looks like there'll be a wee extra thing in there for us as well. And they've all got, as you mentioned, their own special bots. But they did say, we'll just say that a revengeful newcomer might join the crew. So I think they're talking about Atsu at that point. Yeah, and they also talked about this updated version of the limited edition DualSense.
Yes.
So yeah, they've brought it back with a new joyful twist to the touchpad. More info to share soon. See if it's got like actual winking eyes and stuff like that on it. Because I don't know if the original had that or if it was just a sticker. I'm not sure because I really wanted it, but I had to refrain from buying it. But if they do something cool like that, I'm doomed. Absolutely doomed. Love Astrobot, but yeah, it's cool to see it there. I do need to go back and actually go through these challenge levels. My son just keeps on repeating the same bits, and I don't know. After the platinum, I just kind of
gave up,
lost all my skills.
That's what happens, though, isn't it? That was what happens.
Yeah, but let's go on to the next one, Scott. Let's go on to the next. There's still a few more big announcements ahead of us.
Right. This game is everything. It is every single game that you've ever seen. I saw parts of Sea of Thieves. I saw a turn-based RPG. I saw third-person action. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it was Sea Remnants. I just wrote Sea of Thieves, the PS5 edition, 2.0.
Yeah, Sea of Remnants.
Yeah, I have no idea, if I'm being truthfully honest with you. I thought the music was incredible, though. Like, the music that was playing as the gameplay was shown was incredible, but this is a game that has every identity known to man and can't kind of pick one. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, they have actually alluded to that when they've shared a little bit more info. So it's NetEase Games that's going to be publishing this one, I think. So Joker Studio is going to be developing it. So they've been working on this for about 6 years, I think.
It looks like it.
Yeah, it's an ocean adventure RPG / simulation / survival / building / turn-based strategy. But they said themselves how they're going to sum it up. It's an infinite voyage, looping between death and rebirth. A journey where we row forward tirelessly, only return to where it all began. And I mean, I had that in my notes as well. I was like, this turn-based? Is it a roguelike? What the hell's going on? Is it multiplayer? Like, what the hell is going on? But it looked cool.
I mean, it definitely looked cool. It had
really, really cool.
It definitely had like its own identity. You can't fault that. But it's so confusing.
Well, we've got a little bit of story here to kind of set the scene.
Good.
So, in Sea of Remnants, you play as an amnesiac sailor who sets off on a voyage alongside a mysterious girl, two travellers with different goals yet bound to the same path across the sea. The purpose of this journey is to reach the long-rumoured, deeply cursed Sea of Remnants, a place said to hold endless riches and renown. But those who fall into its waves lose the very talents they once held most dear. Memories from long-lost sailors form the very fabric of the Sea of Remnants, creating its glowing magenta currents, islands, sea monster lairs, and the destinies of those who sail through them. So, to survive the challenges of this voyage, players must forge deep bonds with a wide cast of companions, forming specialised crews whose individual strengths combined can aid you to navigate any challenges that lie out in the open sea. It's late here, people, so I'm really struggling to read it. So yeah, it sounds like there is just a little bit of everything in here. You know, this is like what I would call a Thursday night dinner, where you just got the wee bit odds and ends in the fridge and you just chuck it
Throw it all on the one thing, aye.
You know, and this looks like they've cooked up something quite tasty. I think I'm really into this. I think it looks like it's something that, again, very different, did not come across as generic, had its own sense of style and identity, and from a gameplay perspective, what they showed off, as soon as they put in that turn-based like little flash with the boss fight with the mermaid like character, I was like, yeah, this definitely looks like it's got some sauce. Very, very intrigued, but the downside, it might just be biting off a little bit more than it can chew.
That's it for me. But do you know what? From what we saw of it, it was interesting. Like, it continued this thread where there was no parts of it where I was like, oh god. It was like every single moment that you were watching it was interesting. Something was always happening. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we'll get more news on that in the weeks and months ahead, as they've promised. So, what else did we get, Scott? We've got some other PS Plus classics ahead of us.
Indeed, we do, yeah. So, from that smorgasbord of game alone, but we've now got Sword of the Sea. I believe this is another look at this as well. I think we've seen this before. Coming from the developers of Abzu, The Pathless, and Journey. I couldn't remember the name Journey there. But if you know and have played those games, you know what to expect. You're surfing through weird places, you're grinding on weird rails on a sword, and it just looks chill as all hell. Coming in the 19th of August, I wrote here. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wrote 8/19, so I was like, that doesn't make sense. And coming on PlayStation Plus, so a perfect opportunity to just chill, I believe.
Yeah, really happy about this one. Definitely looks like a game I'm definitely going to check out. And added bonus that it's on PlayStation Plus. It's always one of those moments you go, oh,
aye.
Lovely.
And you know what? It's good to see that they've actually decided to do it, because it's one of the biggest things that we're criticising them for, is that they don't do that often. So day and day, it's nice to see they're actually decided to do it, which is good.
Yeah, they seem to be in a good cadence with these type of announcements with State of Plays.
Yeah.
So you can always at least expect one. But yeah, on you go.
And then we got to see on PlayStation Plus, we're obviously going to get Firebreak coming from Remedy, Deus Ex, the original PlayStation 1 version. PlayStation 1 version? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Twisted Metal 3 and 4. Fuck, how many Twisted Metal games can there be? Resident Evil 2 and 3, the classic versions from the PlayStation 1 as well, which is incredible. And you're also getting Myst and Riven.
Yes, they've added the dates on it as well.
Ooh.
Should add FBC Firebreak 17th of June. Deus Ex is also on the 17th of June. You'll get Twisted Metal 3 and 4 on the 15th of July. Resi 2 and 3 is coming this summer. And yeah, like you said, Myst and Riven's coming later this month. It's part of Days of Play. Yeah, so
it's surely we need different PlayStation 1 games coming out now. Do you know what I mean? Let's just wind the PlayStation 1 games down and just go to PlayStation 2. Come on now.
Yeah, but not without a fee. I imagine that's what they're thinking.
I just wanted Vagrant Story. I actually forgot that I wanted Vagrant Story until I saw the PlayStation Plus thing. I was they're going to announce classics for that. Do it after they announce Vagrant Story, and then I'll be happy.
So, can you tell me what the name of the next game that they announced is?
James Bond, is that it?
Oh, see, I teed you up there. And you just
First Light, James 007 First Light, whatever it is.
The answer was the name's Bond, James Bond.
Oh, sorry. I'm too tired for this pish. Who is it? Is it the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance? It looks like his face.
Do you know what it does, actually? Yeah. Strange. I'm not sure, actually. They've not. I'm scrolling the blog here just to see who's actually playing it. I've not got it to hand just now. They're not focusing on that.
How not? Surely
stuff.
that should be the one thing that everyone's focused on. That is the whole point. Who is playing Bond? It's the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm putting money on it right now because it's almost a spitting image of him.
Yeah, well, you tell us a little bit more of the details yourself. Just have a swatch.
It's Bond as you know it, and I just thought he looks very handsome and visually looks very impressive. It has some of the sort of cadence and charm that you'd expect from like the Hitman series, where you're throwing weapons at folk and you're pushing them over barriers and things, but better movement, better gunplay. It seems. I think that some of the character interactions and things were very reminiscent and very sort of typical of what you'd come to expect from the Bond series. That guy from that TV show's in it as well. What do you call him?
Lenny James.
Yeah, couldn't mind his name there, but he was in it. It's nice. It's always cool to see things like that as well when you've got like characters that you recognise, and I'm sure that'll happen when you see the baddie. But yeah, I got so focused on the fact that I was like, is this the guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance? Like, I got so focused on it that I didn't actually notice anything. Like, I was just so hyper focused on the fact that is his face, and I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually think it's an actual actor's face. I think they might have based this on early drawings that Ian Fleming did for Bond, like the character. It will all come to light. Again, I'm not going to believe everything until I get an official source on it. So, but yeah, I did actually make a note here. It's like there was a bit of a kind of tech bro vibe in terms of this world that they're building, like in terms of modernising it, which I appreciated because it's like, it makes sense, particularly from like Amazon MGM Studios who are owning the rights of it now. They're probably wanting to use the game as a way to introduce Bond to the new generation, and I think it's very, very smart. Obviously, it's got that Hitman DNA throughout it. It's like Hitman meets Uncharted, effectively. Third-person gameplay has been teased at, with the gunplay, with the driving segments, etc. Looks like it's going to be globetrotting. Has that little tidbits of the Bond-esque humour, but it looks very much like their version of Bond. And what I was reminded of was when Insomniac revealed Spider-Man, and it was like, this is our Spider-Man, and we're going to be paying tribute to the legacy of it. I think they mentioned that afterwards. This is a very young Bond before the tux and martinis, I think he said. And I appreciate that. I appreciate they're at least being bold and they're not just doing like the standard, you might as well just remake, 007 Nightfire or something like that if you're going to do it. But this just looks like, if this is successful, which, let's face it, it's going to be because it's got the license power behind it. This is the type of game that you think, they buy FIFA, they buy COD, and they might check out James Bond as well. This has all the makings of being a huge hit for IO Interactive, which I really do hope it is, because they deserve it, because they do quality work. But yeah,
I agree with you.
Gameplay review.
It's coming this summer. Didn't need the wee developer tidbit at the end. It kind of felt like, alright, okay. But I think it was just because I was very wary of time. I was like, oh no. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between like a state of play and what we'll see on Sunday with the Xbox Game Showcase. Like, they've got that, they blend it so well. The PlayStation one's very much like wee trailer and awkward speaking afterwards. You should even flip it the other way about. It would work better. But yeah. I digress. What was next, Scott?
Yeah, so we've got a wee look at a growly Doug in The Ghost of Yoti. Needs to brush his teeth a wee bit more, but we're going to get a deep dive in a state of play in July. it has been reported.
Very
So we're
exciting.
going to see a wee bit more from Yote, which is good.
I was just hoping that she was just going to walk down into that camp and it's like, here we go, we're going to see it. So we have to wait a wee bit longer.
I'm glad that they didn't know, because like
Yeah.
it needs its own place and time and space. But it also left a wee bit of time for something else, Liam. And I need you to announce it, because I don't have the composure.
Right, okay. So closing out the show. Closing out the show was something that made me having to change my drawers at this point. We saw Arc System Works pop up, then we saw Marvel Games, and I'm like, what? You just seen like a little silhouette, a blueprint almost of Captain America's shield. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all you can hear is Japanese voice acting over the top, and I'm like, this is cool as all hell. And of course, it's a fighting game. It is nothing more, nothing less than Marvel Token Fighting Souls, which is coming to PS5 and PC in 2026. 4v4 tag battles, looks incredible. I need it. I'm going to main Doom. Believe this right now. We've got glimpses of Miss Marvel, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Captain America, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Storm, all shown here. Obviously, Arc System Works had worked on the likes of Dragon Ball Fighter Z as well, or Fighters, whatever you want to pronounce it.
Guilty Gear, Strive,
and Guilty Gear as well. So, like, my God, but it looks. I'm not the fighting game guy, right? But every now and then I'll turn up, as evidenced last year with Tekken 8. Scott, I'm going to be here day one with this game. I might have to go buy this bloody fighting stick thing for this game. As soon as I saw Doom, the minute
I saw Doom
sold.
wielding a gun and shooting somebody in the head, I was like, I'm fucked. I'm done. It's Arc System.
Just that move where he was commanding all of his Doom bots down on them, and I'm like, yes, just give me this. And the way that they've redesigned the characters to have this Japanese flair, like Iron Man, for example.
It looks like a fucking Gundam. So cool.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, at first I actually thought it was Spider from Penny Parker, and I was like, wait a minute, that's Iron Man. Like, it's really fucking
amazing,
cool.
man. With Arc System Works, they always find a way to make these games pop, and the art style alone is doing that. But I'm so excited to see more gameplay from this. It's obviously coming out in 2026, but from what you've gathered from like Guilty Gear series and especially the Dragon Ball Fighters, is how faithful they are to the characters and how well they flesh it all out and how well they actually represent them, and it's just incredible. So just seeing everything that's happening, like you've got even in backgrounds in some of the places as well, it's like, oh my God, like they're doing it. Do you know what I wrote? My one note for this, I wrote the F word in big huge writing, because I was just like, Capcom, that 50 Cent meme is like, what do they say fuck me for? Like, that's Capcom now, because it's just like, what have they done wrong here? But Arc System Works are perfect for this. And I also wrote, I wish I was watching Maximilian Dude as I was watching it, because I was like, he will be going off his tits watching this.
I know. I think we need to go, once this is wrapped up, to go check out his channel just to see what his reaction was, because it would be legendary, absolutely legendary to see his reaction to it. But yeah, again, this is like wrapped up the show. We had a really nice kind of.
I was glad they did this.
Afterwards.
Like, I feel like it would have been wrong just to kind of show off and leave it at that. It was very good just to see who's making this, how they do decide who's making this, and the care and attention that they're putting into the actual development of it. It was amazing. Like, this is how it should be done.
Wish they did that with all of them. Whenever they had a developer come out instead of like the very sterile PlayStation background. It's like, it's just, we as gamers love that. Just being able to see behind the curtain a little bit. Like you says, how the deal was made. It looks like they're having a lot of love and respect for each other, as well as the IP and what each other can bring to the table. It looks like they're definitely cooking with this, and it ended the show in a way, again, at the start I said it's all about the diversity and variety of games. Me, as somebody who's not rushing out to buy every single fighting game, but here I am, absolutely hyped for this fighting game. I'm like, yes, 2026 roll on, and that's what you want. That's what you want from these shows. You want to go on excited for something you didn't expect at the end of the day.
I feel like that was this whole show. Like, I feel like that is as everything that this show gave me. Like the known quantities were also good, but the things that were not known quantities have just blew my mind, man. Like, just watching that gameplay trailer for fucking Marvel Token Fighting Souls, whatever it is, it's ridiculous, and it's a ridiculous name as well. But you know what? I'll forgive that.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if Sony's going to toss Jeff a bone for Friday. We'll see.
I think so.
But, you know,
I think so, because there wasn't many PlayStation Studios things there, so it would be interesting to see if they could do something for him.
Maybe this God of War, Greece, Metroidvania thing is going to turn up there. Who knows? We'll see. We shall see. But we'll be back later on this weekend for another Pixel Reacts from the Xbox Game Showcase. Let's see if they can kind of follow the example here and deliver. A 9 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10 show. Let's see what happens. But it's a very hard act to follow so far, and it's kind of got this summer announcement game season off to a flying start. So that's all from Pixel Reacts and State of Play. So what did you make of the show? Were you happy with the announcements? Let us know on Blue Sky at pixelparents.bsky.social, or write to us at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. We'll even leave a wee comment down below. You can go ahead and do that. If you like what you hear, leave a wee 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. Like, share, subscribe, and for more, you can listen to Pixel Parents podcast every week on your podcast platform of choice, where we discuss the world of gaming from the perspective of parents. We're both very tired. We're going to our bed. So until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and thanks for listening.
Good night.